Good evening all, and welcome to the Spartan Spotlight, where we bring you all things regarding AU athletics. I'm Robert Zaglinski. Intramural sports is an opportunity for the everyday student to carry out their dream to compete in organized sports in college without the commitment. I'll tell you now, Spartans, there's no better way to get your athletic fix than by joining now. Today we're lucky to have two Spartans who are involved with intramurals here on campus, Lauren Huebner and Patrick Cramp. We'll preview what it's like to be involved in intramural sports here on campus and soon get into what you need to know to join the program. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
First of all, guys, what made you guys want to get involved with the program?
Personally, my freshman year, I joined as a participant, and I just fell in love with meeting new people, getting involved. As a freshman, you come in here not knowing that many people, so I just liked competing. And then my sophomore year, I decided to work and become a part of the team.
I'm basically the same way. Last year I just kind of played the sports that were offered, and then this year our boss, Sean Gann, offered me a supervisor job, and I was like, I think it'd be a good idea for like my business major. It's kind of like get to know people, kind of work within the system. So I think that was kind of a neat idea for me to take and kind of wrap my head around it, I guess.
Is there, like, do you guys have a specific, or like, what are your roles within? I mean, I imagine you two are like the two assistant leads or something.
Yeah, we're
Right.
both supervisors. I mainly deal with the IM leagues, the website that the students sign on, and like that's how they create their teams and like stuff like that. And then
I help with our workers, and I make the schedules for when they get to the gym and what time they need to show up, our outside advertising work. I also
send the emails and like the blast emails to all the students.
All the tedious stuff?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You both play sports here today. You play softball and you play basketball. What kind of role did that play into getting involved here, if at all? Is there a difference in how things operate for you within there and how you meet? Have you met people? So you can go with either or.
I mean,
loaded question.
I know like all of our workers play a sport. We're all athletes, so I think it wasn't really necessarily that we play sports that kind of led us into working in intramurals, but more like the sense that they kind of need us to explain like the different rules of the sport and stuff like that. So like for soccer, we have like we have one soccer player, right? And then he refs all the soccer games. And then for basketball, me and the other basketball player will take the basketball game. So I think it just kind of doesn't really have to do with like whether or not you play a sport, like, and then you just kind of join, but more of like for a sense that like the program needs us.
There's a difference, right?
Yeah. I think that some students feel like, not that they're sick of playing their specific sport, but you get so used to it. It's nice to, switch it up, play wiffle ball, or play something fun like bags that we have, or soccer, something that you're not used to see if you have those skills. So
without any tension necessarily, the coach is yelling at you or something.
Exactly.
What's it like working with you guys? Talk about what's it like working with students that participate in the program, like if you interact with them at all.
It definitely has pros and cons. So especially when roughing, they can get in your face, and we have to remind them, it's just for fun.
Right.
We're all friends here. So, but it is kind of fun to, be having this for students.
It's fun to see the competitive nature within everyone.
Except when they're yelling at your.
Exactly. I mean, but then you just kind of turn around and you just kind of laugh about it.
But it is part of the game.
But I mean,
Intramurals gets intense, but it's fun, so it makes it more real, like a actual sport.
Is there an easy way to say start an intramural sport on campus or add another one perhaps?
I mean, we've done surveys and stuff. Like Lauren said, the advertising part, we stand outside the CAF for probably 4 or 5 days a week, advertising the sports we're going to play next. So we did a survey and we asked the students like what sports they want to see on campus, and then unfortunately they just kind of gave us the sports that we were already going with. But there were some neat ones in there. I think we saw volleyball.
Spike ball.
Spike ball, kind of like the newer generation games.
Can you explain those a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, spike ball. It's kind of confusing actually. It's 2-on-2, and it's basically a little trampoline in front of you. You got a little yellow ball, and it's kind of like volleyball in a sense. So like each team can only hit it twice, and then you got to hit it back in the net, and the other team has to serve it back. But there's like certain rules that you can't bounce it twice in the net. So like if it bounces twice in the net, it's a point for the other team.
Right.
So it's kind of like volleyball, ping pong.
But without like the rigid serving rules and such.
Yeah, basically you just slap it off the net and the other team plays it. But if it bounces twice, like I said, then.
Do you guys have any specific ideas that you've maybe pitched for a sport as supervisors, or?
I pick bags because I think I think that's a good way to get, because I know there's a struggle I have seen over the years that people, especially for like volleyball, 5-on-5, they struggle to get a full team, and so by doing bags, you just need 2 people. So I think it's just easier for kids or students to find.
Okay, perfect.
Partner.
What benefits, I mean, I think you guys already touched on it a little earlier, what benefits do you think intramurals offer students?
Definitely a chance to get involved in AU's community and build relationships with workers and other participants in intramurals. I mean, for me, starting, it was a chance to get a job here, you know, so it's kind of nice to get involved and see what's new, and you're not sitting in your dorm or stuff like that.
Yeah, going off that, I think people, they come here to play sports for, I mean, there's a handful of people that come in, like every group or so. And I think a lot of them are multi-sport athletes in high school, so I think it's cool for them to kind of like relive the glory days like in high school if they only came here to play one sport and they want to play basketball or something.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I don't know, I think it just kind of gives the students like a flashback, I guess, of what high school was like.
Do you think it sort of also allows people to make friends in the similar fashion that they would on their organized teams?
I think so.
In a sense.
In what you've seen, at least.
Yeah, but you also get to pick your team, so it's not really, it's kind of like your
so normally you pick your few friends you've already made?
Yeah, usually you make your teams and then you put them on the website, IM Leagues, and then I think the friendships kind of made like by opponents.
Yes.
It's kind of like the jokes that go back and forth on the playing services, so.
Okay. Finally, before we take a quick break, what benefit do you guys think the AU community gets from having an intramural sports program?
I think that students will stay out of trouble because they have something to do at night.
Simple enough.
Yeah. To stay on campus, something, I don't know.
I think it's just something to kind of, you know, take their mind off of everything. Like college life is very stressful, as we all know, so I think it's just kind of like something to take their mind off school or whatever else they have going on in their lives at the time, that they can just come out and just have fun and play a sport for an hour or 2.
Again, yeah, release the tension or whatever. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break. You guys can have a breather for a second.
Okay.
Very inducing stuff. Again, we're going to take a break, and then we'll get right back into the world of intramurals here at AU. Let's get back into the world of intramurals here at AU. Alright guys, how do students get involved in intramurals, both in administration and participating? So someone maybe to become people like you guys, like supervisors, or even just to play.
Well, for the administration part, you would definitely talk to Sean Gant, or if you come talk to one of us. I am a senior and I will be leaving, so there will be an opportunity for someone to start working. We normally have 10 workers, so that's how you just ask.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the participate?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, I guess.
The IM Leagues?
Yeah, the IM Leagues is more of like a website for the students to sign up on, and that's how, like we said, they can create their teams with their friends and stuff. And they also have this new free agent part where if kids necessarily don't have friends that want to play a certain sport, they can jump on a team randomly and just kind of meet friends.
Can you just walk in, or do you have to go through the website?
Well, this semester we're doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
The first week is kind of like open gym style. We'll just kind of have kids like come in and sign waivers manually instead of doing it through the IM Leagues, but then they have to be signed up on IM Leagues by the end of the open gym week, which is every Thursday night. So then that way we can get the schedule set for the following week, which would be the league play, and then the week after that would be the playoffs.
What have you guys already done this year, and then sort of what are you planning right now, or what do you have involved right now?
Like the sports that we're playing? This semester we're currently in volleyball and 3-on-3 basketball. We had just finished 5-on-5, which was very successful.
Yeah,
I'd say we had
very
a bunch.
good turnout.
Very successful. Okay.
We have badminton coming up. We're going to do indoor soccer.
And then Lauren said bags is up an option. I think racquetball was one of them.
Yep. And possibly volleyball.
Yeah, and volleyball, which is a new generation game, like we said, like spike ball. So it's
Mostly.
played in the racquetball room. Honestly, I don't really know how it works. We still have to kind of check that out.
Yeah.
Other than the power of friendship, is there any kind of prize that students will get for, like, if their team wins in a league?
They will get a T-shirt, and right now the front says "I am a champion," and on the back it says, "If you ain't first, you're last." So.
That's a really cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you guys design it? I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yes, we
All
did.
right. Is there any kind of cost for joining?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Free.
What sports are necessarily coming up? Like, what variety of sports are coming up after volleyball and
After
the wall
volleyball, I know
So through the end of the year, basically.
indoor soccer and then badminton are the next two, I believe.
And we might get outside we might bring back
Yes.
flag football to get on the quad.
Outdoor,
Hopefully.
right?
Yes.
Outdoor, we want to get outdoors.
I think
They always
ultimate
like that.
frisbee was talked about as well. But I think we still have a bunch of sports that we still need to kind of narrow down because we had so many options that students wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to, we talked about doing another survey and like seeing what the students want. So
Okay.
I think we're going to kind of leave the rest of the sports up to the students.
For students to look forward sort of to the fall semester, even if this will change, what did you guys have in the fall that you offered? Sports, if you can remember.
Flag football was a big hit.
Yeah, flag
I
football
really
was
liked
big.
that one because it was out on the quad. People would stop and watch.
Mhm.
Like, I thought it was awesome. I really love outdoor sports.
Dodgeball started out slow, but then it got pretty big. We had, like 6 or 7 teams toward the end, which is, I mean, we only had one team at the beginning.
Yeah.
I
I'd say between 6 and 10 is our average amount of teams per sport. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's what
Pretty
we
good
try to
turnout.
aim
It's a good
for.
turnout.
It
Yeah.
is.
And then we had badminton, which was a huge success as well. We had probably, I think, 12 teams for
Yeah,
that.
that one was good.
Volleyball, another big turnout. Indoor soccer did pretty well. And I think that was it
Yeah.
for first semester.
Okay. I think you guys already sort of answered this in our first segment, but would you recommend intramurals to students at AU, and why?
Definitely.
If yeah, I mean, I was going to say yes, or and why?
I would recommend it
Your
because
own personal, you know.
I mean, I like to have fun, and I mean, sports kind of includes fun for the most part, unless you're that competitive and you just kind of hate losing. I don't know, but I don't know. I just think it's a good thing. Like I said earlier, it's a stress reliever. Kids just kind of like get to get out of their dorm rooms. It's just kind of a way to meet new people as well. So I think it's just kind of, there's a lot of options and a lot of reasons why I think intramurals is a good idea for students.
Okay.
I think it's fun. We make it fun. We play music. We have a good time.
Of course, you guys will make it fun, right?
Yeah.
All right. Finally, your total chance to pitch intramurals to every student here on campus upcoming. What one thing, like one special, maybe a note, do you think everyone that could participate should know?
There's a variety of sports. Come out and try and your best.
Entertainment, I would
Yeah.
say, as in one word.
And it's easy to get involved.
It's easy,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a click of a button basically, and a sign of a waiver. So, and you're in.
Okay. Well,
Right. Yeah.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It was really great hearing from both of Lauren Hubner and Pat Kramp. Thanks for all the information on intramural sports. For more info on intramurals, you can contact Sean Gant at sgant@aurora.edu. That's all the time we have here today on Spartan Spotlight. Join us next time and be great today, Spartan.